Hello runners, these are my element— what the— Curio! Oh my god! Wait, this is actually good. Oh yeah, looking good. These will be my updated element builds for Title Update 4. Once again, the title update has caused major changes for these builds, so there's a bunch to cover here. The most important thing is that the sets I'm covering will be the comfy builds. Similar to the last update, there's a fork between comfy builds and kind of the life drain low defense builds. I will be focused on the more comfy and normal sets in my video. However, I will briefly touch on some of the choices for the life drain builds if you're interested, but that will not be the focus of this video. Weapon augments in this update have been changed to give weapons a lot more element. 18 element just for reaching maximum slots, and 27 additional element just from slotting in 7 levels of element, reaching an extra 45 element total now from augments, which is a significant amount. The biggest thing for these builds will be the new Dragon Conversion skill found on the Risen Valstrac's armor. Dragon Conversion has different effects in Red and Blue Scroll. In Red Scroll, all of your resistances are set to 0, then the sum of all the positive resistances is converted into element damage. At level 3, the rate is 25%, which is what all these builds will be using. In Blue Scroll, if you strike the monster 30 times, you receive an element resistance buff. At level 3, this provides 15 of each resistance. The trick here is that if you get this buff and switch to Red Scroll, the resistances count towards the conversion and gives even more element damage. Quickly showing us in the training room, I'm in Blue Scroll, and you can see that I get the element conversion buff, and my element is 141 before, and then switching over the Red Scroll, my element goes up to 176. One skill that we need to talk about is the Furious Armor skill. This skill gives 20 of all resistances at level 3 while in Red Scroll. These resistances count towards the Dragon Conversion, which makes this skill effectively give you 20 additional element damage in combination with Dragon Conversion. The problem with Furious is that it can only be obtained through augments, so this is a big pain to get. I was able to do it, but it took me well over 800 augment attempts to get in my set. While this does give a significant benefit, be mindful that chasing down an augment like this can be really tough. So this is an option for augments, but ultimately it's up to you if you dare to chase this down. Alright, first up, the fire build. All these builds would use the same armor. Also, these builds work pretty well just right out of the box. I will show what my augments look like towards the end of the video, but a lot of the good skills can just be obtained from the build template. For the weapon augment, use element 7 and attack 2. We use 4 pieces of the Risen Valstrac set, as well as the golden loon braces for the 1 point in burst. Showing my build with Furious augmented in, I reach 190 fire element. However, I have not yet obtained the final element augment, so this would be about 12 points higher than this. For the water build, it is basically the same with some decorations moved around, and of course using the Almudron water switch axe. I am just going to pan through all of these builds because they're all basically the same with the different weapons swapped around, so just pause the video if you do need to look closely at a certain build. One difference here is a Thunder build. Personally, I augment the Rampage slot here to run Foul Switch boost, but you do get quite a bit of damage with Anti-Species and the normal Element 7 and Attack 2 augment. For the Ice build, with a significant increase in element, my recommendation now is to use the Lagombi Element Foul Switch axe over the Kushala. And lastly, the Dragon build, using the Calamitous Axe, you do get 1 extra slot here. I chose to put an element exploit, but I think this could be whatever you want in terms of your comfort skills or anything you might be needing. So these are the augments I got from my set. Honestly, they're not super ideal with some skills being removed, but I got the 3 points in Furious for some extra element attack. The other 2 augments can be whatever you like to improve your build. I personally like to have 3 points in Wirebug Whisperer to maintain amp state. One thing worth mentioning is that more than ever with the increase in element, amp state can be responsible for 30% or more of your damage at high element hit zones. So skills like Power Prolonger can be really valuable for you for amp maintenance. Touching on life drain builds, a common one going around is a Dragonheart build. This combines the Dragonheart skill that sets your resistances to 50 at level 2 or higher when your health drops below certain thresholds. This makes the Dragon Conversion give you 62 additional element. You can stack Strife along with this for even more element. While this is good, since you're already running Health Strain, you can simply run Strife and Mail of Hellfire for a ton of element damage as well as all the good attack skills. If you are interested in these max DPS suicide builds, there are some channels I can recommend. Juice has a great short video on new sweaty builds this update, and Fox Invictus also has an element builds video covering Health Drain. As usual, thanks for watching this video. I hope these builds are helpful for you. New build videos are all done, so I'm hoping to get back to making some other content. I'll probably be checking out Wild Hearts this week too, so perhaps some different content will come to the channel as well. Thanks for watching, Hunters. Take care.